from Gaming Ballistic. I had a request for an unboxing video for the QuickReference cards that were available with the Nordlander Bestiary Kickstarter. The Nordlander Bestiary produced a hardcover book, 192 pages, full color, which is already in the hands of the international backers, or rapidly will be. They've been arriving over the past week or so. However, the bulk of the hard copy orders, over 300 of them, is due into port in New York City on May 2nd, and so which is a couple days from now. So after that, it may take some time to get the container unloaded and clear customs, and then taken to Baltimore, where my fulfillment company is. I thought that the boat was going directly to Baltimore, but alas, that is not the case. And then from there, they will mate up with the other books and cards that were part of the Kickstarter. Some of those things that were part of the Kickstarter are the QuickReference cards, and these represented, at least initially, a deck of 100 or 120 cards that duplicate in shortened abridged format the information from the book, so that you could take out a card and put it in front of you as a game master, or put it up in a card stand. Amazon sells these really inexpensive card stands that give you something where you can put it up there, and the players see an image, the same art from the book, and the game master sees the stats. So there's that. The card deck is, I think this one's about 100 cards or 110 cards or thereabouts, and is what's called the core deck. But because the book during the Kickstarter grew from 128 to 192 pages, there are more monsters, and so we added the bulk of those monsters to the deck and produced this. Which is a standard box, 4 inches wide, 10 inches long, holding both the what we call a core and the expansion decks. That one's going to be hard to open. This one I've opened a few times. And so what you have is the come on. These are tightly packed. There we go. Yeah, when you put these two together, you get this. Big old stack of QuickReference cards. So on the front, you might have game stats. There's this, and on the back, you have image of the creature, along with Ilsa the Barbarian, who is 5'9", and she provides a common reference for size for monsters that the size isn't immediately obvious. So here you have a Grendelkin, which is a form of troll, appearing next to Ilsa the Barbarian, and you can see that this is indeed a SM+2 creature, roughly double the size of a human, and that's shown, and that should hopefully inspire the proper fear in players. If I were to keep looking and see if we can find something really big, one of the more larger creatures. Let's see. Yes, here we go. That's that one. I'm really looking for one that, some of them go on to 2 pages is the deal. And somewhere, but a couple of them are large enough. There we go. Lick. Lick. Did I get Lick? I think the Lick is on 2 cards, or should be. Logoscoogie. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so our Logoscoogie is totally not a Balor Balrog. Absolutely not. Totally different. But you've got 2 pages because it's an apex monster, and large and powerful, and something that once you familiarize yourself with the creature from the book, there is a quick reference for the many of the more powerful abilities in a way that you should be able to just look at and keep playing. But that is what this is for. It's these cards are designed to keep in front of you so that you can show your players what they're facing, and also remind yourself of what their abilities are without having to consult a book, which you might have to flip back and forth. Most game masters that I know of who play face-to-face have quite enough going on without having to have yet another book open at the table, and so the quick reference cards are a way to do that. There were a very limited number produced. I produced very few beyond what was sufficient to fulfill the Kickstarter. There's maybe 10 or 12 or 15 core decks like this that remain, and more or less the same number of core plus expanded sets that will be sold as a unit. Once all of the Kickstarter backers have their stuff, so at the end of May, if things go well, then I will upload the remaining inventory to my new web store at gaming-ballistic.myshopify.com. So much better than the old store. And those will go on sale probably in June when all of the Kickstarter backers already have their stuff. I certainly don't want to be delivering merchandise to people who didn't back the Kickstarter before the people who did back the Kickstarter get their goods. So after that happens, the limited number of sets will go on sale in my store, and that'll be that. Up until then, this is Gaming Ballistic. Game on.